Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Fighting Game Radio, episode 3. Now, I'm going to continue the series that I have talking about Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom. This is going to be part 2, and today I'm going to talk about two characters, being Ryu and Wolverine, some of the major changes they've had, some of the things that I've noticed from the stream, from the comments, from the producer's words, and from things that have been happening in the trailers that have been released from Capcom itself. Now, I'm going to begin with Ryu, and by the way, this is very early in the stages. They continue to say that, of course, anything in the game can be changed and possibly will be changed. So, everything we say here is what is currently working. In the future, something may be changed, and of course, I'll make an update video on that. Now, continuing on what I was saying earlier, Ryu. From now, he is the character that has been the most changed. He now has a different hyper. A lot of the properties on his moves have changed, and he is given a lot of new moves. Capcom has said that characters get big changes, some characters get small changes, some characters get new moves, some just get tweaks and different properties. Now, this is extremely important, and let's get going. Let's get started with this. Now, immediately when you are given a charge hyper or a power-up hyper for your character, now that's one meter you're going to use. Ryu has a double down plus 2 punches hyper. If you're going to do this, you believe in that this hyper will reap you more benefits than say you use that hyper to deal an X amount of damage. Let's see what properties it has. He gets upgrades in his Hadoken. He gets an upgrade in his Tornado Kick hyper. He gets a power up when it comes to his cinematic hyper. It becomes a cinematic now. And his Shoryuken becomes much more powerful. There is a big change when it came to his Hadoken. When you are not in his powered up form, if any of you guys remember back in Marvel vs. Capcom or even in the Versus series, Ken, he would shoot Hadokens, but they would go half screen. Ryu's regular Hadoken balls, fireballs, go that distance. In his charged up motion, the Hadokens go full screen. Original Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Hadokens, both Ryu and Akuma, are medium durability. Well, what does that mean? It means that it goes through bullets. It means that if you're using Deadpool, you have to shoot 5 bullets in order to pierce the Hadoken. It beats through Wesker's bullet, and it beats through certain projectiles that Chris has, etc., etc. High durability is Doctor Doom and Iron Man. If this, what some of the comments that are saying is that it becomes high durability now. That means that if you charge up, like people do with Hisenko, when they get her gold armor, they take her out so they use it for as an assist. If you were to charge up with Ryu, go back out and use another character, if apparently the medium durability turns into high durability, you're going to see a lot of people using that as a change. Just like people do it for Arthur, this may be actually viable, because if it does 100 damage and it's moving slowly and it does a lot of chip and it has high durability, you're going to see people start using this more. Now, he has a new Hadoken. Basically, you can charge up your motion. Reminds me of Super Smash Bros., where you hold your move and you can charge it up and it does more damage the longer you hold it. This Hadoken becomes so fast that it becomes invisible, and that it causes an explosion on contact and creates a wall bounce. Well, you would say, charging up moves in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 isn't exactly the best idea. We have Super Skrull who has these moves. Can you do it on your own? Definitely not. You'll get punished for it. It's extremely obvious, and at the times you gotta call your assist in order to do it. You have Focus Attack for Crimson Viper. Yes, it's good, but she needs an assist in order to do it, or else it doesn't work successfully. So already what we see is that charge moves are not the greatest options in the game. However, Ryu is one of the characters who does not have an OTG. This is what you can do with the certain moves, with his charge moves, and what happens when you use them. If you can use your character, you do a regular bread and butter combo and you bring them down to the ground. If you call your assist and you do the assist trick where they come out and you can hold it, you might be able to unleash something. So the same way you have a Hadoken where you charge it, it causes an explosion on contact, and you send them off the wall. Nobody has able to actually connect a fully charged Shoryuken on stream, but I'm pretty sure that it's there for a reason, and maybe finally it's going to be viable to have an uppercut in this game. Marvel vs. Capcom has always been, it doesn't really matter what character kind of wake up you have, because you just jump in and charge in. Back in the early days, it was viable to have an uppercut like Captain America and Ryu, but it just didn't do the amount of damage that it deserved to. So now that we're moving forward from Ryu, I want to talk about Wolverine and why I think that the Wolverine days are almost over. One of the biggest things, which I'm going to explain to you guys if you don't understand, is when an option select is when you're pressing 2 buttons and if something doesn't happen, basically your other move comes out. Now, I'm going to give you an example with Wolverine. Wolverine's dive kick has always been infamous because of a certain reason. If he were to hit you, you would be ground bounced, you know, which would lead into another combo, and then he would have a reset. Now, in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, what I've been watching on the stream, if Wolverine hits you in the beginning of a combo, if you were in the air and he hits you with the dive kick, you get knocked down, but you do not get ground bounced. What that means is, once you hit the ground, all he can do, if you had an OTG, you can OTG the person, but he needs now an assist specifically to OTG for him. He can't do it on his own anymore. He can still do those regular combos. If he hit you in the beginning while you were standing, you do get ground bounce after the combo, but that's his offensive thing. One of his biggest opportunities was just dive kick in the air. Whether you miss or not, it doesn't matter. You hit the opponent on block, you're at a frame advantage. If you hit them, they're in a stun or in a ground bounce. Either way, you win. When you went to jump at Wolverine, you wanted to grab him, but if you missed your grab, you got OTG'd because of his dive kick. It was the riskiest thing. That's why you can never approach him from the air. Approaching him from the air is completely changed now, and it's different. Apparently, from what I'm reading in the notes, and I'm going to put everything, by the way, everything I'm saying is actually going to have links towards community sites, people's websites, their YouTube channels, where they have these notes and videos for it. Now, what I was going to say was that his health is apparently decreased. Now, a lot of people have said this is what it should have been to begin with. It is now between Akuma and Dante, or something in between there. Before, when you were attacking Wolverine, you needed to DHC into a good synergy combo in order to do at least 80% damage to him. Now, it seems that once you get that combo in, even if it was the simplest bread and butter combo, if you had a good DHC partner to tag into, which I mean by DHC, it means you do one hyper and then you do the next hyper, which is your teammate, you're gonna do minimum 80% damage on him. What that means is, upon his landing, if you have a way to chip him or put him in a lockdown situation where you're gonna zone trap him, he's probably gonna die. This is extremely, this is completely game changing. He can't take the approaches that he wishes anymore. One thing that apparently charge up hypers do build meter now, because aerial exchanges do take away hypers now, which from your opponent, which is go from when you go left and right. Apparently, charge hypers do build meter now, which is a good thing because it creates a good balance. And these things are extremely crucial, and if they do maintain its place, we're gonna find a great balance between both characters. And something needed to be done, and needs to be done with Wolverine. These changes, in my personal opinion, are quite fair because we're seeing too much combos where you knock them down. You do a launcher back up into do a medium heavy special. You do a drill and then you do Tatsumaki, or you do the Phoenix, the one that looks like the the Killer Instinct drill move, and you build a lot of meter and you do easy 600,000 damage. Now, for many people, 600,000 damage combos is the ultimate goal for each player. Not every character can do it alone, but the characters that can do it have a difficult time approaching that, and Wolverine had the easiest time doing it. This is why the game, this change in the game is going to be really drastic and extremely balancing for everyone. So, he also did receive a new move called Swiss Cheese. Now, this is similar to Super Scroll, where he does this smacks his fist when you tap a lot of buttons, and also Chun-Li when she does her kicks. Nobody has been able to do a combo into it. Nobody really knows what you're going to do with it, to be honest. They just kind of did it. It doesn't have the greatest range, but it looks like if you instead of doing your Berserker Slash, it looks like you can do a lot of chip damage. If you do the Swiss Cheese, or you can maybe call an assist at the same time, and then you can do it again over and over again and kind of approach. Nobody really knows the exact technical properties on it, but it is guaranteed that he has a new move called Swiss Cheese. And it looks like a stabby, and I hope to get actual footage of Baraka doing his same thing, because honestly it looks like the exact same thing. So these are two characters that I'm glad to have gone thoroughly through, and I'm going to be constantly updating this as soon as possible as updates keep coming, because every day new people are playing more streams. People are having a lot of time being able to go to the tournament down in San Diego at the Comic-Con right now to get current updated information, and I hope this was clear and useful for everyone. So check back soon. This is part 2, and it's going to be a lot of parts for Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3 as news keeps coming on and approaching. So thanks, guys. Take care. Hope you enjoyed it.